Hello, everyone. It is Regina Perez Fitness, and I am super excited to be bringing on here another Bikini Pro like myself that has competed. So I'm going to get her on here really quick so she can join in. I know you all have been waiting and sending in your questions. Let's see. Hey guys, Hannah, Lynn, I am going to add you in really quick. Just sent you the invite. We have plenty of into, so let's make sure it's logging on. Thank you all for tuning in. Hey Valerie, hey Shannon. Hannah, Lynn is joining us. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here, girl. How are you?
Freezing.
Where I'm at is freezing cold too. So just a little bit. So everyone, tonight we'll be interviewing the first Bikini Pro overall winner from this past weekend in OCB in Tallahassee, Florida. Just a little bit about myself, and then Hannah's going to tell some about herself, and then we'll get into a little Q&A. So I'm Regina Perez Fitness. I am also a Bikini Pro. I've been to New York 10 and placed top 5, and I know what it's like to step on stage with beautiful women. And so I'm excited to get into, ask you a couple questions about your prep and how you chose this show. But first, if you could tell them a little bit about yourself and how you got into the competition community.
Yeah, so my name is Hannah. I've always been like super active, especially growing up in Colorado. Like, you just are active. I did go to the gym just to be like, hey, I went to the gym, and I kept seeing all these girls on Instagram show up in these very sparkly bikinis, and I was like, I'm gonna do that.
Yes.
And so then I reached out to some people and ended up finding a coach, and that's just kind of how I ended up getting into it.
Okay, cool. Well, whatever you do, it's working because you took it all Saturday. Like, it was very competitive. It had like 4 different classes of women, and then it was the top 3, and then from the top 3, you all had like a battle down. So some of the questions the ladies were asking, what did you do to prepare for this show? Like, how long was your prep?
So I only do just a 12-week prep, so 3 months.
Okay. And how was that? Was it like 2-a-days, or were you on a strict caloric intake? Was it really low? Like, how did you don't have to go into too much detail, but just so they know what that you can't give away your secrets, girl.
Yeah. Well, so it would have been 3 months of 2-a-days, but I ended up getting really sick at the beginning of it. So it ended up being like 2 months of 2-a-days.
Okay.
And then I never really dropped my calories below 1,800 a day.
And so for those of you who don't know, she is tall and beautiful. How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
Okay. And so I know her like 1,800, like, oh my goodness, but for her height, like, that is a good amount of intake. And I know I'm average height, and the lowest I would probably go would be about 13. And that's 4 weeks out kind of thing, not a long period. And so another question someone asked was, how did you choose your suit for this show?
So what I do is I find a bunch of suits that I like and I send them to my coach, and he's kind of funny. He just crops out a picture of my face from a previous competition, and he's like, does it look good with how tan you are? And then we're like, oh, well, there's the answer. So we kind of pick it out by doing that.
Okay. Do you have a preferred color that you like?
I mean, I like purple, but my coach never lets me wear purple.
Yeah.
So.
And so that brings up a really good point. Even with me, like, helping athletes, a lot of the colors we see are blue, red, like a teal type of color. You don't really see too many purples or pinks for shows. So red, blue, and green. I see a lot of those. And so going into this prep, so your prep was about 12 weeks. How did you prepare posing wise? Because I was watching and I was like, ooh, this is going to be hard. How did you prepare? Like, how many times a week did you like do posing and stuff like that?
So I'm not the best example for posing. I practice once a week, and the only thing I do is when I send my coach my check-in photos, I'll run through a 40-second posing routine and send it to him once as well.
Okay.
And that's all that I do.
So that's good. And so you're doing it weekly. You're having him assess and look at like what you can do better. And so for me, doing a 12-week, 16-week prep that's normal for me as well. And so you have a lot of muscle definition, which is great. So you don't have to do probably those super long preps like other competitors. Someone else wanted to know, did you get your hair done backstage? Like, did you do it yourself? Like, how did you choose your overall look for that show in Tallahassee?
Yeah, so I did my own hair and makeup because I'm also a competitive dancer. So I've been doing hair and makeup for a really long time. So it's a good way to save money as well. So I just do my own.
Yes. So getting your hair done, it can be up to $150+ plus hair and makeup. Did you do your own makeup as well?
I do.
Oh, girl, you were looking flawless. So kudos to you. So if you've been in it for a while, you definitely will get those skills, hair, makeup, bringing it all together. When it came to, because in the little chat, I'm sure you saw some of the questions. Someone wanted to know, how do you determine like which shoes to get for this show? Like me, I mean, I got my first pair from Amazon and I won overall. So, but some people go with higher end shoes. Do you have a preferred brand that you like to use?
I've been buying all my shoes from the Shoe Fairy.
Okay. Things about them.
Because I mean, yeah, I tried to get one from like Pleaser, and then they were way too tall, and I was like, that's not happening. Yeah. So then I found the Shoe Fairy, and I'm just going with them.
Are their shoes like very comfortable, or do you like more of the glitzy glam that they offer?
I like my sparkly shoes that I did buy from them. They seem pretty comfortable for me. Heels are heels, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So we're pain is beauty, beauty is pain.
Well, you made it look amazing on stage. Do you have any other shows lined up this year?
I've been talking to my coach about your in. We're not 100% on it yet, but we're thinking about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a really big one. That one's in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm here. I'm not competing, but I will be there to support all of the bikini wellness competitors. I just love the community. Have you competed in any other organizations other than OCB?
No.
Nope. Okay. And then what was something like you're doing your prep week? What was the hardest part during that last week?
I think for me, I end up getting really sleep deprived, so I get really crabby. I think that's really hard for me.
Girl, I be going like 9:30. When I'm on prep, it's amazing because my body's so tired. It's like, okay, time to go to bed. And then what was your go-to food during prep? Like, what helped you get through? I know for me, I was really big into like almonds, and then now I can't even eat them without getting sick. Did you have like a go-to?
Like grape tomatoes.
What was it?
Grape tomatoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then after the show, did you have like cookies or like what was your meal that you like, I gotta have this, I haven't eaten this in a while?
Yeah, so I got crumble cookies, and then we went and got sandwiches.
I love crumble cookies. I think one cookie is like, what, 400 calories or something like that?
They're definitely around the 600 to 700 mark.
Yes. Lots of sugar. After the show, did you go back home, or did you kind of stay in Tallahassee for a little bit and hanged out?
So we stayed in Tallahassee that night, and then we flew back the next morning.
And you're in Colorado, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And so that's where you got your pro card at Tunisia's show?
No, I got my pro card in Des Moines at the Hawkeye Natural.
Okay. How's that feeling when you got your pro card?
Unreal.
Was that also a 12-week prep, or was that one a little bit longer?
That was also a 12-week prep.
Okay, so when you start, you like, I'm here and let's get it. I think honestly, I used to do like the 12 ones as well, but now my preps are a little bit longer because I don't want to like rush into it, and then especially like hormones, as you get a little bit older, the fluctuation, it can do a lot. So it is like for everyone, it is base by base, 12 weeks, 6 weeks. Some people have 20 weeks. So for those of you who are on here, everyone is different. What kind of advice would you give to someone that is looking to compete?
I don't know. I think the biggest thing that helped me is just understanding that you're not going to want to do it, but you're going to still have to do it.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to make that decision that, hey, like, I would love to sleep an extra 30 minutes, but unfortunately the Stairmaster is calling your name, and if you're not there, it's going to feel pretty upset with you.
Yeah.
So
that is a pretty good one. That self-motivation. I know some people, they need that accountability. Did you have someone that you could be like, okay, girl, I'm on a Stairmaster, or were you just like, hey, I got this?
I'm just super competitive with myself, so I just keep myself rolling.
I'm like that too. I'm like, I got a mission. This is my goal. I'm going to complete it. I know some athletes, they need that, and that's fine. But I'm like, when I step on stage, this is what I'm going to do. So for your next show, do you have something that you feel like, okay, I'm going to work better at my posing, or I'm going to work better at my glutes to prepare? Do you have something that you're going to work towards for your next show?
Yeah, the only judge that I had an opportunity to talk to, he just said what they're looking for across the board is bigger delts. Mm-hmm. So I will be definitely focusing on that.
Okay. And then for those who are on here, when you get to that pro level, it's more so about muscle size. Like as an amateur, I was really small. Even though I got my pro card, I was really small. And then like over the years, started building muscle. For you, were you always like into sports in like high school and then kind of transition over, or did the competition where you just kind of like you were already working out and then just kind of found a coach?
So yeah, like I said, I've been a competitive dancer since I was in high school, and I still do that now on top of bodybuilding. It's too much, but I still do it. Okay. So then I ended up finding my coach actually through somebody who I work with or used to work with.
So y'all, if you see her on stage, and you'll probably be able, if you follow her on her Facebook, her body is amazing. Like your muscles, I'm just like, oh my goodness. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, girl. Is there anything that you would want to share with them before we hang up this live?
No, not that I know of.
Well, I'm going to say definitely follow her on her journey. She's absolutely amazing on stage. And I'm so thankful that you can come on here and like share your story with us. Like I said, she is the first bikini overall winner for the year. So if you are doing a pro show, you have big shoes to fill. And hopefully, if she does decide to do your end, I'll be there cheering you on. And then hopefully the ladies from this group can come cheer you on as well. For those of you, if we did not get to answer your question, I believe you're in that group chat as well if you want to go in there and like kind of talk to them. But I definitely appreciate you all tuning in, and I hope you all have a good night.